Hello and welcome back to another episode of Hillwarden, which is in Going Medieval. So we have a lot of stuff that we have planned today and some interesting things that happened. But before we forget, or at least before I forget, we need to move our religious structures up to the upper place up here. This will free up some space downstairs, but also make sure that we have more room to actually put a couple more of these in, so their needs are going to be met. We will get more settlers eventually. Once we've done that, what we worked on was getting the rooms up for the roof. I guess it's like the part that goes on the other sides of it. I wanted to put like a roof tile there, but we needed supports. So it took some time to actually build this part in, and we did get that done. So when I was designing the roof, I actually realized that it was going to be a little bit harder to do with the design of the first floor, so we improvised a little bit. We just did these two sections here, and that actually did turn out looking pretty good. We'll see that later on in the video, but I'm pretty happy with the design. So we got the parts on the side here. I think we'll settle for that part and give some detail on the front of the building and the back of the building. So we'll do this for the other side as well and get that all set up. We had an opportunity to take in a settler from a friendly faction, I think it was, but they didn't have that good of skills, and it would have been something that we probably would have regretted later on. So I didn't do that. We just kind of ignored. The next thing that we wanted to work on, or at least the thing that I was trying to get to work on, was basically setting up a warehouse so we could store some things that we could trade with. So I want to eventually get to trading and stuff like that, but we needed a place to store all our goods, at least the ones that are non-perishable or eatable. So after some time, I basically got a very basic system set up here. We'll put hardwood or wood floors down later on to basically decorate, or at least make it stable for things like clothing and other perishable items. But obviously it's not going to be things like for food and stuff like that. We'll have to have a place in our cellar for all that stuff, but I think that'll be fine for what we need. And it looks pretty strong too. A trader arrived, and they had some good furniture on them this time around, and some coin as well. They had a blacksmith forge, which would have saved us time to basically build one, and resources. So I ended up purchasing that through trading a few things. I believe it was our livestock, or maybe it was something else. I can't remember. It might have been food. We also unlocked stone masonry, which allows us to basically create stone bricks now, which will be handy for other projects that we might need for things like the walls and stuff that we were working on. A bard came, and we were basically told all our settlers to feast, but Angus didn't want to actually participate for some reason. He'd rather stay in the library and just work on making books, which is fine for me. I mean, we can progress and research a little bit faster, but everyone else had a good time. With that being said, later on in the day, we set up a masonry room. The building's not complete on that floor yet, but I wanted to get the masonry stuff put in just at the moment. At least it will get started on it, and we can make use of it when they do get the ceiling on. But everything is pretty much in line for that, and then we can start using that for other things. We also looked at our skill tree. We could unlock a couple things that required some points, but I ended up going for the next tier library research table thing, so we'll be able to get some more advanced ones. So another pack of wild dogs came onto the map. They did do some pretty nasty damage to the wildlife up there. There was some deer, I think about 4 deer in that corner, and a polecat decided to come and eat, and also got the raft of the dogs, but it stayed away from our settlement, so we were fine. We just managed to keep it over there. Yep, and night came, they killed 2 more deer, and then they basically left. So it wasn't too bad. It didn't actually work in our favor. I was hoping that they would go for the bear, but the bear is too far away from them, unfortunately. I would have really preferred a whole pack of dogs to take care of that problem for us, but that's not what happened, so that's fine. The next thing that I want to work on was getting basically another cellar room built. So we'll start working on kind of outlining the surrounding walls and filling that in. It's winter, so I don't know if we'll have one of those fill events. I don't know if it happens in the spring or fall, but I'm trying to do it when things are still frozen. So we'll see if that helps. So yeah, we were able to put in most of the walls, and I'm just working on that last part there, and we'll put 2 more walls and a door in, and I've also put doors on every other side, and we'll just put a support there and get the center mined out once that support is in, but that gives us room to expand too, so that'll be good. We also unlocked the skeps, which will allow us to basically get honey and wax, which is used for, I believe wax is used for medicinal uses and honey is used for food. So there's another new feature here where they have a range of where plants are and it gives them a bonus, but they also can't be close to other skeps, so I'm trying to balance that out. So another trader came, and after building the kitchen out and everything like that, I looked at what the recipes were for the basic meals, and we couldn't actually sell the smoked meat, or basically cook with the smoked meat. It's only used for advanced meals. So what we're going to end up doing is, I think, selling a lot of it, because we'll just go bad otherwise, and we might even be able to bargain for another settler if another friendly faction comes. So another thing that I wanted to do was build basically a area for our stables. Well, at least some of our animals. I wouldn't mind putting sheep over here and basically giving that some room for basically our building. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting brick walls down for our perimeter. And as I was doing that, a opportunity came in for taking in a settler from a friendly faction, which is exactly what we were talking about a little while ago. He actually has pretty good stats on this one. Doesn't like R, which is completely fine, but I think we'll go ahead and bring him into the settlement and try to get him. So I was looking at what faction we were basically dealing with, and this one is neutral, so we're probably going to go ahead and do this and basically just barter with it. We have all that smoked meat still, so that's worth a lot, and we should be able to do that just fine, so we have to wait though. While we waited for the people to catch up, they have to actually show up first before you can basically talk to them. I figured what we'd do is work on the forge building, which was where our carpentry place was before. We did move the carpentry over to the other building now, as the first floor is done. And yeah, so I just basically wanted to make sure that this area looks good for a blacksmith and get that mostly set up today. So we'll probably work on it more tomorrow as well. So we have these rooms now for this part. We still have to work on the upper floor by the looks of it, but yeah, I was thinking about using these for our rolled settlers, so basically like bards and other things like wardens and stuff like that, but I think this will be a good room for our bard. So that faction finally came over to our thing to negotiate. We sent Lee over there. He's a dullard, but he has the most speechcraft, so I'm hoping that he doesn't mess this up in any particular way, but yeah, we sent him over there. We got a few options. We could return them, we get rep with that, or we could basically barter or just fight them, and I decided to barter with them for him, so we were able to sell them a lot of stuff that we didn't need. This also brings down our influence, I think, but also helps us with getting a new settler, so it works. After that, we just set up the building for the blacksmith. It's been sitting in storage for a while since I purchased it, so we'll be able to build that in next episode hopefully and get some of these decorations and storage buildings and stuff set up. So I think that will be good. Once we get the blacksmith built, we can start manufacturing some better tools and things like that, things like shackles and stuff. Alright, so that's about it. We got the negotiation done. I'm really happy that we were able to get a new settler, and he'll be probably really useful later on. But this is the building that we were constructing for the last couple of days, and we got the warehouse over there. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, comment down below, rate the video, let me know in the comments what you liked about it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.